time you're jumping on one of our lives, this is really fun. Basically what I do is I grab someone's URL, I jump into their store on my screen, I share it with you, and I go through the thinking that I have when I audit a store, just so you can sort of see how me as an e-commerce expert audit stores. So it's going to be lots and lots of fun. Now, the great thing about these is that this is live, right? So I'm monitoring the comments. We've got my team sitting over here, and they're looking at the comments as well. So anything that comes in, we're going to get on top of and answer all of your questions. We're going to take about 30 minutes to go through this. This is a live stream. We will have a recording, and it will go on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it back. So if I audit your store, make sure you jump in and you can take all the notes from your store below. Now, I'm going to just give a quick overview of who we are. We're basically the e-commerce academy. If you haven't heard, I help scale e-commerce stores. So we help people go from side hustle to full-time, and then from full-time to freedom. And we take you on that journey, and we give you all the systems, the processes, the training, the tutorials, the templates, everything you need to do to scale your business and build the life that you want off the back of e-commerce. So it's going to be really, really cool. So team, we're going to get started. I'm going to get straight into the audits right now. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I have no doubt that you guys are going to enjoy what we are putting down. I'm just going to change my microphone over. Clearer now. I noticed I had my old one on. So hopefully you can clearly hear me now, but already had a few stores come in. So we're going to get straight to business. So the first one we are going to audit is this one here. Now, this is not in my native tongue. So it's not my native language. Looks like it's in, let's have a look what language it's in. So it's in Danish. Okay, so it's in Denmark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Google Translate to try and help this person out. My Danish isn't very good. I don't think I know any Danish, but we can do it anyway. The principles remain the same whether it is one language or another, right? We are taking someone on a journey, and the journey is we want them to buy something from us, okay? So we need to give them every incentive to buy something from us, and we need to take them on that journey, okay? So look at this store here. This store is looking really good. It looks like a car care brand. So I can see straight away what this store does. You sell, cleaning equipment for cars. Really, really cool. I love my cars, so I completely get this category as well. Alrighty. So let's have a look here. Okay, we can get to English. All right, let's do that one. Excellent. Perfect. We're back on. I've seen the comments in YouTube. Someone said there's English at the top. Awesome. All right, let's get it down to business. So straight away, I can see we're on sale, which is awesome, up to 50% off. We can see the products that you sell, and we have a clear call to action on where you want me to go. So this is good. You're taking me on a journey, and that's what we want to do with all our stores. These are great. We've got these top that I can see exactly where you want me to take me. So Black Friday, 50% off. So this is shop by discount, and this is shop by the type of tool that we have. But I'm going to get straight in and start scrolling. All right, this isn't bad. I actually like these. These are those sort of snow things there. Let's have a look. Let me just jump into a product. I'm going to sort by best selling. It's already there. So let's go into this product. Right, so this is where your journey is taking me to this product. And now I'm going to go through what the signals that make people buy. So team, what I want you to think about when you are looking into any sort of like setting up a store, the only thing you need to think about is, are we giving people enough reasons to say, hell yeah, I want to buy that product? That's the only thing we should want to think about. And so we want to say to ourselves, what questions would they ask? And are we giving the answer for them to say yes? Okay, so we're going to go through those questions on this store now. So the questions are, does this product meet the price that I'm willing to pay for it? Okay, so that's one thing. Now, I don't know my Danish, I don't know the currency conversion this, so we'll assume yes that is the pricing is right for the market. So does your price match the rest of the market for this product? If someone else is selling this product, are you over or under that price point? Okay. Now we should either match it, or if we're more expensive than it, we need to prove why we're more expensive. And if we're less than it, then that's up to you if you want to be less than someone and lose your margin. All right, so let's have a look through here. So first things first, I'm not sure what this product does. Now, I personally know what it does, but if I'm coming here for the first time, it's like, why do I need this product, right? So let's have a look here. I still don't really know what it does. So it is Foam Lance Pro. So, it creates foam. All right, so here it has here with the Foam Lance Pro. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's make this mobile, right? Let's do mobile. We prefer reviewing in mobile just so that it's a lot easier for us to, most people are actually doing it on mobile. All right, so accessories for high pressure washers. Yeah, I still don't know what it's done. So this is a really common mistake that people make, is we go straight into the selling, like the transaction, as opposed to selling the product to someone. So right here, we're saying choose the model that you want, but I haven't even decided whether I want this product. So what I recommend you do on this one is I would move this description, this little small one here, with the Lance Foam Pro, the detailed gear you get from a foam lance of goodies full of features, a time pour. Okay, so we want to have a little thing which we call the pitch at the top here. Why does someone want this product? What transformation does it give them? Okay, so the transformation, let me just jump back to your screen. Sorry, guys, pressed the wrong button. So the transformation that this one does is it helps clean your car with, a magical snow foam, right? We need to have that at the top here, like clean your car like the professionals with our snow foam Lance device. And so now instantly I know what this product does. Then I'm going to go through and read more detail. So what they have to do now is they'll look at this and go, okay, this is an interesting product, but I don't know what it does. And now I have to go down, know what it does, then go back up to make the decision. So we want them to be able to make the decision first and then want to understand what they're buying first and then make the decision which one they want to buy. All right, so that's really cool. The other thing that I would do here is on mobile, we can swipe with our thumb, but I don't see any signals for swiping. What we like to do on mobile is either have a little arrow on the side here so people know that we can swipe, or we put little thumbnails down here, because from here I only really think there's one image. I know it says 1 of 10, but people aren't that smart. We want to make sure that they know that they can swipe here, they can see another image. Now your images are great. We can see the product, can see back, front. We can see it being used with a video. I love this. That's great, okay? So product images are on point. Don't change those. Just put the thumbnails down the bottom and put a little pitch in here. Reviews are good. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, we got nice reviews. We only see that, so let's have a look. Okay, I would have the reviews expanded. Don't have people search for them. Put them in their face, so expand their reviews. Let's have a look at what happens if this doesn't work the way that I want. Okay, satisfaction guarantee. 100-day trial. So what I would probably do is instead of the word satisfaction guarantee, I'd write in here 100-day 100-day guarantee, right? Just so that people see instantly and they don't need to dig for it. So you can tell here what we're basically doing. Let me just change into my screen here. You can tell what we're doing is we're giving people answers and they don't have to go find them, right? Right now we have to sort of find the answers to questions. We want to put the most asked questions at the top. Like, what does this product do for me? Does it help solve the problem I have or meet the transformation that I have? In your world, it's, does it clean my car faster and better than anything else? Tick. We want to make sure it says that in the pitch. We then want to know, okay, what if it doesn't do the thing it says it's going to do? We need some sort of guarantee. So we should put that front and center. We don't need to go dig for that. Okay, now the third thing is how fast am I going to get this result? How fast am I going to get this product? So let's have a look at that one there. All right, so what is the shipping? Okay, pickup available. Love that. That's excellent. Usually ready in 24 hours. Okay, it's in stock, so you got all the right signals. What I would do though is I'd move this in stock to underneath the add to cart button, and I would remove this dynamic checkout button. So the reason we remove the dynamic checkout button is if we just have this here, it means that someone, once they click this button, that's the only thing they can buy. Whereas we want them to buy more things. Imagine we want someone to buy this, and we want them to buy some chemicals or a car wash or detergent or anything like that. We want to have that here. So move this in-stock button to under here, remove the buy it with shop button. That way we can do upsells and cross-sells. Pickup is great, rework the satisfaction guarantee, expand out the customer reviews. And then the third thing is we want to see other people that are using it, right? So we've got the reviews there, but is there any, yep, great. You got images of content, people being used. That's awesome. And then the final thing is, what if someone has any additional questions? How do we give them support? So what you're missing on this product is frequently asked questions, right? So you probably need questions. Here's questions here. Let's have a look. Okay, do you need help? And then the form does work. Well, that's done there. So I would just fix this to be a real form, not open in an email. And I would have maybe the top 5 questions that would stop people from buying it that you can answer. And it might be like, can this go onto any hose? Do I need any special equipment to use it? Can I use any detergent in it? So these are all questions that people might ask that would stop them from buying, okay? So hopefully that is useful. It's a few things to go through there. I think your user journey is great. It's pretty easy, get you to the right product, but we just need to reorder the things that are on the page and don't hide the important reasons for people to buy from you. Bring them to the front and center of your store. All right, that was a good one. I enjoyed that one. All right, let's go to the next store. So the next store that we have is, let me just grab it here. By the way, team, if you're loving what we're putting down and what you're learning, we'd love to know in the comments, what is it that you're learning from these little audits that we do here? All right, we'll jump into the next one. Okay. So the next one that we got through was this one here. It's called Benestar Sandals. So if you're watching along, thank you for sending this one through for Benestar Sandals. Okay, so the name of the store, so we can do the 3-second check. The 3-second check is, do I know what you sell within the first 3 seconds of landing on this? Yes, I know you sell glittery sandals. Great. Plus the name of the brand is Sandals. So yeah, you're doing a good job on that. Now, the only thing is on desktop, that sandal is sort of a little bit skewed and the screen size that I have is a little bit funky. So just have a look at whether this image works great on multiple screen sizes. We're going to do the mobile simulator so that we can really see it in detail what it looks like. Okay, mobile, it looks so much better. Great, so let's go and let's click some stuff here and see what happens. So we're going to click that. So I can't click there. We always want to make that banner clickable. So maybe a theme setting, or you may need to get a developer to help you with that. Let's have a look so I can't actually click anything. Really big thing that people forget to do is we want to drive someone to the next, like, what do we want them to do? So I actually want to buy 30% off, but I don't know how to get there, right? And we've got to use the lowest common denominator. Yes, I know I can go to the menu and I can click through, but we want to make it easy for someone to go. We want to tell them where we want to go. All right, so how do I get these offers? All right, so you're telling me it's 30% off up to, okay, that's 25%. All right, now is this part of the Black Friday sale? I'm not sure. So what we want to have here is check out our Black Friday collection or our Black Friday items. Is that 30% off site-wide? I'm not sure. Is it only specific products? 48 hours, when did it start? When's it going to end? I don't really know, right? So these are some things we need to think about. So a little bit more clear on our communication, and then where do we want people to go next, right? So I'm going to, because I don't know where you want me to go, I'm just going to leave, right? Because I'm not really sure. So I might scroll. I really like this sandal here, but how do I get that one? Is it that one? Not really sure. So see what I'm saying? Like, we don't know, I don't know where you're taking me. All right, I'm going to shop here. All right, BFCM buy 2, save 25. Okay, let's see what we got in this section. All right, this is good. You've taken me somewhere, but I can't see any product. Really important that when we create a collection that we should see the product as soon as someone lands. Yes, this text is really important for SEO, but it shouldn't impact the user experience. So this is great for SEO, but it's not great for anything else. So I have to scroll to find the product. So what I'd do here is I'd make this text smaller, okay? Or we could make it collapsible or even move it to the bottom, right? If this doesn't make the experience better, then we remove it, right? Put experience before SEO always. All right, so let's assume that it is up a little bit. Buy 2, save 25. All right, I think I found the sandal that I want. Buy 2, save 25. Okay, it's clear what the offer is. All right, let's go through your product now. So I can get this for 2 for 25. That's great. Oh no, it's buy 2, save 25. Let's have a look at your imagery. This is good. So if you think about the previous site that I've done, this is what I'm thinking we should have on it. We can see the thumbnails there. We can see the shoe. We can see people wearing it. We've got some trust signals. Yeah, images are great, right? It would be a nice bonus if we had a video here. It would be good, but it's not a deal breaker. I think this looks really good. It shows you how you'd style it. So tick to the images. Okay, champagne glitter Avaka sandals, $149. This is good. All right, now we need to go into the pitch. Why do we want to have this? Okay, some shoes make a statement. These champagne glitter whisper luxury. Okay, whether you're running. So this would be really nice to have under here. Okay, just under this section here. A really nice description about the shoe. We want to sell the shoe and then we want to ask them to buy. So I'd put a pitch up here, and we can do that with meta fields. If we don't have it built into our theme, we can create a meta field and we can direct it in there. I've got a great tutorial on YouTube about meta fields if you need help with that. All right, so the next part is, okay, so you've convinced me that I like this product. So flat rate shipping, love that. How much is the flat rate shipping though? That would be nice. Tell me how much it is. Where do I find that price? Let's see. Okay, $12. Excellent. So $12 flat rate shipping. Let's put it in there, right? Super simple, super easy. Let people know. We don't want them to have to go digging for an answer. Okay, $12 flat rate shipping and free shipping over $200. Yeah, okay. What's your average price point? If your average price point is $200, then yeah, I'd call the free shipping out, to be honest. Hassle-free returns. So what is our return policy? What if they don't fit me? Okay. Free 40-day returns. Okay. Probably a little bit more detail on what hassle-free returns is. just a little bit more about if this doesn't fit me, how do I get it back? So I just write something in here that would be, if your product doesn't fit and it's unworn, you can return it within 40 days, no questions asked, type thing. Okay. But this leads me to the next point, which I notice. How do I know my sizing, right? So is this European sizing? Is this we need a better size guide here. I'm going to give you an example of a short store that I used to work at. Let's go to these guys. We'll go to Clark's shoes. I want to give you an example. Size guides are ridiculously important when we do shoes. Okay, so we'll go to this one here, and we'll choose a pair of shoes. By the way, team, when you're building a store, look at the biggest competitors in your market and take inspiration from them, right? So what we can see here is these guys have a multiple size guide checker. Okay, so we can either do US, UK, or EU because people often buy shoes in different sizes. Okay, so you look on the back of your shoe and you're like, is it a EU size? Is it an Australia? Is it an AU size or whatever? So what these guys have here is they have this size selector. Now, this was custom coded. It's not an easy app. There might be an app out there that does this. So if you find that, use the app, right? But what they did do is for the people that don't use that, we have a size guide, right? So we've got US women, UK women, EU women. You need a size guide. So this is the simple version of that checker. So in here, we need a size guide right here. Now, if you already do have a size guide, I have to go look for it. We don't want to look for it. We want to be able to choose the size we want to be able to know what size we're doing when we're choosing it. So let's see, do you have a size guide? You don't want me to go searching for things because then I leave. All right, we've got to go to a sizing page. Yeah, this isn't a great idea. We've now taken them off the product and now I need to go back to find the product I was looking at. And not only that, you've taken me to another page. Okay, so that's not great, experience. So I'll just to start with, do a size guide app and it operates in a pop-up and then put a table inside that app. So this table here isn't bad. I would do it inside a size guide app. There's heaps of apps out there. All right, let's keep moving. Let's see if you've got reviews. Okay, you got some frequently asked questions. That's great. One real cool thing to do here is pull the frequently asked questions out into their own box. So rather than have FAQs and then FAQs, just have a section at the bottom of the page that has all the FAQs in one, right? So how many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Just make 5 little accordion boxes that are your frequently asked questions. Remember, we don't want to hide things away. This is all hidden. We can't find the things there. There are reviews here, but we need to put these stars at the top. There's no stars at the top. I didn't know that this was reviewed. I thought it was a brand new product. Stars should go at the top. And then let's go to the bottom a little bit. We've got those reviews. So put reviews above you may also like. So with any product page, we want to keep them on the page. We want them to buy the thing. We only put an you or may almost like at the bottom, because if they get to the bottom, then we haven't convinced them that this is the product for them, and so we want to take them somewhere else. We don't want to take them somewhere else straight away. We want them to go down the journey, right? And so when you're building out a product page, guys, we want to think about the journey they go on. They go from one place, they find the product they like, you convince them that this is the product that they like and it's going to give them the outcome that they desire. You show them that you have the product that they have. You then show them, any risk removals, like, is the size going to fit me? If it doesn't, can I get returns? How fast is it going to ship? So these are all things that are going to help them make a decision to yes. Then we show them proof that they're making the right decision because other people have warned them. Then we're answering any questions they may have with FAQs. And then and only then they should have all the information to make a yes decision. But if they still don't want it, then maybe they just don't want it. So then we can move them on to other products. We should never get them to go to other pages unless we've done everything that we can to try and get them to say yes on that product page. All right, so I think there's a few things to do on this. Overall, not a bad looking store. Just a few little tweaks that I think we can make. So hopefully this is useful. You can obviously pause and replay this video whenever you need to do the changes to your store. All right, so thank you very much to that one there. Had a few more come through. Let me grab another one. I'll grab one that came in from YouTube. So I'll get that one in next and I'll put it in here. Let's go. Okay, so 3-second test. Bishy's Barnaby's Cottage Garden. Okay. Do you sell flowers? From our Norfolk farm to your home and garden, we grow the flowers on our Norfolk farm, capture the beauty in our products, and help you do the same. Okay, cool. No, that's good. Makes sense. All right, so we can shop seeds. This is nice. Or explore home gifts. I want to buy some seeds. Okay, all flower seeds. All right, this is a great landing page. On desktop, I'm seeing flowers, which is nice. all flower seeds, but I'm not seeing products straight away below the scroll, right? So we would still like this maybe to be a little bit smaller, and this text a little bit smaller as well. This is definitely SEO favored text, which is great. What we would probably do is possibly make these links in a horizontal line. The links are really good. I really like that idea, but I'd make them in a horizontal line so that you remove the space between when you see the products to when you see the top of the collection page is right, okay? So we just want to reduce that padding that you have at the top there so that we can see products first. So we want to be able to see products, like have a little description up there. Let's do the mobile test, okay? Activate mobile view on this tab. All right, mobile view, still a similar scenario. This image is beautiful, flower seeds for cottage gardens, but I would make that smaller and I'd make that smaller so we get to products faster, okay? Time to action, that's what we want to get. This is all good. Does this take me to different products? Annuals? Yeah, similar sort of thing on all these pages. And this is the thing I'm seeing a little bit more of, and maybe it was some advice that someone had got, was we do need text on a collection page, absolutely, to be ranked for SEO. There's no doubt about it. But we just don't want that to overtake the experience of the site. Make sure if it is too deep, we either collapse it with like a read more button, or we move it to the bottom of the page. It still has the exact same SEO impact without impacting performance, okay? So it's a really important fact for anyone that's watching this live stream. All right, let me get back to business. Wrong one. Okay, so we'll stay on the annual flower seeds. Okay, so these are great. I see the flower, which is great. It would look weird if I just saw seeds. So that's nice. See the price, we see the reviews. Let's jump in and have a look. Okay, great imagery. Yeah, this looks really good. I'd love to see maybe a close-up of a flower, and I'd probably also like to see the seed itself now as well, right? So we want to see the detail, and if it comes in a packet, maybe a photograph of the packet as well, right? So that's definitely what we want to see here. I think seeing the image is great to start with. Okay, you go straight into the timeless mixed seeds. You get into flowers. There's a lot of text here. Can I actually buy this product? No, yeah, okay. So probably a little bit too much text on this, so that we want to get people. It took me a while. I started to think this wasn't even a product page, right? So we probably want to talk a little bit about. I love that you're so detailed about this, but what we want to do is have that pitch at the top about why this flower is amazing and what it does. So one sentence about why someone would want these timeless mixed seeds, okay? And then that's the one sentence. Then give them the option to choose which ones they want. So let's have a look at what options you've got here. Though there's no option, you can just buy one bag. But for an average order value perspective, maybe they want to buy 1, 2, 3, or 5 different bags, little sachets of seeds. Okay, so I would move that all the way up to the top and have your description underneath with the options to buy, with the pitch at the top. Then you've got reviews. You had heaps of reviews in this product, but I can't see them. So it says 3 reviews. So I'd move the stars to the top, okay? I did a really good YouTube video recently. Let me just change my screen. I did a really good YouTube video recently. Now, where's my mouse gone, team? Sorry. Yeah, a super good one where it was how to get your first 50 sales. And in there, I think it was one of the stages in there, I talked about the perfect product page. And in there, I have the anatomy of a perfect product page, which takes you through the layout. And it's got images, it's got reviews, it's got the pitch, then it shows them what they were buying. And then underneath, we do the details. So if we look at your store, we're missing that detail, okay? So if we have a look here, the detail is great, but right now it's just not in the right spot. So we're just got to lay it out better. All right, what about shipping? How much does it cost to ship? Okay, I can't see how much it costs to ship. So we're missing there how much it costs to ship. What happens if the seeds don't work? What happens then? So probably refunds, not too big a deal when it's a £2.15 product. We don't worry about that too much. But I definitely need shipping times, shipping cost, shipping speed, all those sorts of things. And then maybe some frequently asked questions. So this page has all the information on it. It's just a little bit text heavy. We just need to lay it out like a normal e-commerce product page. And for the people that want all that information, you need to have it there, but this can actually be hidden, right? This isn't the thing that's going to convince someone to buy. It's going to help them on that decision. There's 2 types of people that are around when they buy products. We've got skimmers and we've got diggers, right? I'm personally a skimmer. I just look for the top level information and it helps me make a decision. And if it feels like I'm getting the right signals, I might dig for more information.
Now, the problem is, if you show a site like this to a skimmer, like me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. There's too much stuff. I'm just going to leave, right? But if you show this to a digger, then they love it, right? But if you show a compact site with all the information to a digger, they're fine to dig and find the information. So it's better to design a site with a lot of information in it, but make it for the skimmers and allow the diggers to be able to go find the info. Hopefully that makes sense between skimmers and diggers. Alrighty. All right, so this isn't a bad page. Just get it tidied up a little bit. Compact the text, not be so much, word vomit. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Make it easy for people to understand why they should buy it, how long it's going to take to get it, how much it's going to cost to ship. Any questions they might have about that product. So we just got to answer all those questions for them. All right, I have 2 minutes to go. I'm going to try and get one done in 2 minutes. All right, let's do this. We'll get this one here. Let's go. All right. Hopefully everyone watching on YouTube and Facebook, this could be your site. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go for a drum roll, everybody. What site is Brendan going to do now? Okay. I'm doing Imra Jules. Am I saying that? Imira Jules. Love this. Okay. So Imira Jules, I saw you came into our YouTube channel. So that's great. Thank you. Let's have a look. 3-second test. What do you sell? Okay. Jewelry. Amazing. Love this. Okay, so you got new stock. We've got a flat 30% off sale, limited stock. All right, I can't go anywhere. So we need to make sure we've got a clear call to action. You haven't driven me down the right. Where am I going to get this deal? Okay, I'll just press that. So I think, okay, this isn't ideal. There might be too much going on in your store. Let me just close a few things down. I'm not sure why that was bugging out. Yeah, your store's bugging out a little bit. Okay. I think you've maybe got too many apps loaded here, right? Because we've got this WhatsApp thing. We've got a video here. All right. So this is too heavy. Like it's not even working for me. That's not perfect. Yeah. All right. Let's have a look. It's crashing my site. It's crashing my computer. All right. I'm sorry, Amira. I can't do this because your site's broken. So let me give you an insight on what, and it's not my computer. Everything else is working fine. All right. So let me give an insight there, Amira. I think that you've got a problem, clearly. So sometimes what happens is we try and get a little bit fancy and we try and do all the cool features. We do videos, we do animations, we add in WhatsApps, we do all the apps. But what happens is it makes the site really heavy, right? And if a site is heavy, a couple of things go wrong. One is it either takes too long to load, which is a killer of conversions. Two, it crashes the browser, and mine just crashed. And I have quite a good computer, so it shouldn't be my computer's problem. Sometimes your images are too big. Sometimes you've got too many videos on a page. Sometimes you're just trying to do too much. And we want to simplify it. So what I would do, Amira, is I don't know if that's your name, but I'm just going to call you Amira because it's easier. I would go and just try a real simple theme and try and pare back some of the features and the functionality. If you've got a great product at a great which is the right price for that product, and it's well executed and well designed, you don't need all the fancy bells and whistles. So you just got to pare it back, remove some apps, remove some images, remove some videos, and that should do it. Alrighty. So hopefully that was useful. Sorry I couldn't do your store. It was just crashing my computer. So we went through quite a few stores today, team. 30 minutes does go super fast. I really enjoyed the stores I got today. Really good. Love a bit of car washing, love some seeds. It was really, really good. The sandals. So a couple of things to take away. And I think there was a common theme of today's session. One is don't hide away the information, right? Don't put everything hidden. And if it is hidden, make it easy for them to know what's behind the door. Okay. So if we think about the shipping and returns, the one that we saw there was, shipping and returns policy was the door that they had to get behind. Why don't we just call that, call it the thing that we want them to know, which is, $12 flat rate shipping. And then if they need more information, they can dig. Okay, so we can skim, get the answer, and dig if we want more detail. So that's really important. The second one is making sure that we have things laid out in the journey that people think, right? People don't want to go straight to buy the thing. So if you walk in a store, you browse the aisles, you take it off the shelf, you read it, and you get convinced to buy it, and then you walk to the checkout. What we're doing on some of our stores is we're taking them straight, we're throwing the product at them and taking them to the checkout. We're not doing that in between where they can make that decision. So always think about it is, am I answering the questions that people have in a clear, succinct manner so that they can say yes to buying the product? All right, team, this has been so fun. I've really enjoyed it. I'm gonna do the same thing next time same time next week. So if you want your store audited, comment down below on this video. We'll add it to our list. Otherwise, join the e-commerce training ground, and we'd be loving helping you do some audits there. And then the other thing is, team, if you just want some help, if you want to work with me and my team on optimizing and scaling your store, getting you from side hustle to full-time and full-time to freedom, we do run the e-commerce academy. We do run a boot camp program for people who are just starting out and want a little bit of help. And we also run our elite mentoring program where we work one-on-one with store owners and help them build a business that they love. And really fun program. We've got a team of coaches. We've got amazing people in there, amazing brands. It is super fun. So loved doing these audits today and loved talking to you guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the e-commerce training game, or I'll see you inside the e-commerce academy. Over and out.